on a Sunday morning sidewalk. I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. Good morning, Codger Biker here, and today I'm going to be looking at the navigation feature on my KTM 790 Adventure. And yes, it's a Sunday morning. Okay, 700 miles complete and first service done, and see if you can spot the changes that I've made to old Ludwig von. Give in? There aren't any. That's amazing. This is the longest I've had a bike, or the furthest distance I've ever had a bike and not changed anything. Everything is stock, which is amazing to me. So what took it in for its first service, and while I was there they upgraded the firmware, because it turns out that the original firmware that was on this, the UK version anyway, had missed off the nav function from KTM MY RIDE. Now I hadn't realised this, because when you read the manual it says option this, option that, option the other, so I assumed it was an option. So apologies to whoever it was in the comments in one of my videos who said, you don't need a sat nav, you can use KTM MY RIDE, and I said, well, it's not an option. Turns out it is an option. So today, this morning, I'm going to try to use it for the first time, and I'm just going to set it to take me to a local supermarket to get some fuel. On the fuel front, by the way, this bike, they claim 400 kilometers on a tank, and I've been getting 250 miles on a tank, which is more or less exactly 400 kilometers, so they're telling the truth. And I've done different types of riding, and it's really nice to have such a large tank on it, because I don't have to go to the fuel station. Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but to use KTM MY RIDE you have to go up to the menu to KTM MY RIDE, go to pairing and pair your phone. Now, no Lapis phone, it's the world's cheapest phone, and you have to install the KTM MY RIDE navigation app, which costs £8. Okay, enable your Bluetooth on your phone and pair it with the bike. If you look at pairing on there, you can see the phone, it says Nokia 3, that's my phone. Now it's a cheap phone, but it doesn't matter, because I just about managed to get the 1 GB UK map onto the phone, so that I don't need to use data. It uses the GPS on the phone, which even this cheap phone has. When you've done that, when you've paired it with your phone, you can also set up a headset. I don't actually have one of those at the moment, and enable navigation. So go into navigation and turn it on. When you do that, you then go into your app. There's various ways of inputting an address. You can either search for it, or you can hold the map. I don't need to go into that. You know how to use an app, you can do that. So I'm going to set it to take it to a local shopping centre, which it says is 11 minutes away, so it's only a short ride, but I just want to test it out. So when it's, if you can see that, the arrow appears upwards to say that it's programmed in, and if you look on the bike, a flag has appeared. Now presumably when I start it up, I don't know when that changes, but it will change and start to give me directions once I get moved. Okay, so you can see, you may be able to see the arrow telling me to go left here. So it's just a turn by turn type of, it says in 2 kilometers it wants me to go right. So it's quite a simple system, which is quite good in some ways. I've taken my sat nav mount off, and I'm just going to use this for the time being and see how I get on with it for a few weeks. Even KTM though, they did provide a sat nav mount, so quite why that's there, if this is so good, I don't know. Maybe there are benefits to have both. It's certainly nice to be able to see the line on a sat nav, I always think. So if you can see that, it says 1.3 kilometers turn right. I'm just going to follow exactly what it tells me to do. I would assume you can change the units to miles. I'm guessing that's possibly on the phone app, because everything else on my bike is in miles, I think. I did notice that I'm using the quick shift a lot more often now. Getting quite lazy with the clutch. It just works so well. It's the same as the one on the Duke, and well worth having. Expensive though. Whether it's worth £350, I don't know. It's nice to have on the bike. I was very sceptical about quick shifters until I had the Duke. Then I realised just how useful they are. Down blippers, I'm still not certain about, but they work very well actually on this bike. I'm not going to stay out too long today. One, because it's absolutely bloody freezing. Although it looks nice, it's schizophrenic weather at the moment in the UK. Dry, sunny, icy cold. But also, the Masters is on today, and the Codger likes to watch the Masters. Not a massive golf fan, but I always enjoy the Masters. Anyway, 170 metres, turn right. That must be here then. Okay, I wonder what happens if I ignore its instructions. Bit of a dodgy junction this, so take it easy. But if you can see that, 600 metres roundabout, exit 3. So, I'm just going to see what that does. I know which exit it is. I wasn't sure it was exit 3, but thinking about it, probably is. 1 exit, 2 exit. So we're coming to the 3rd exit. Let's leave here. Yep, that's spot on. Let's see what it tells me to do at these lights. Go left. No, I wouldn't go left. Why would it? Oh, left in 1.3 kilometres. Yeah, that was confusing. If I go left here, I'll be going away from the service station, but it does actually say 1.2 kilometres, so you have to read the distance, because I don't want that left there. I want to go straight on and then left at the supermarket. The one thing with the fuel gauge, which incidentally you can still see even though the nav's on, and the temperature gauge and the gear and the speed, the one thing about this bike is you only get an indication of fuel after half a tank. I can understand probably why that is, because it has 2 tanks and they must be very tall. How you would get a float to go up and down both sides of those, it would be a difficult engineering problem, so I'm guessing the float's actually in the lower part of the tank, which are wider. So go left in 175 yards, let's do that thing. So 115 metres to my destination, and this was my destination, Asda, and it's shown up, shows the flag, says I'm here. That's brilliant. It would seem.